Okay, let's take what we've learned about XPath so far and take it out for a spin on some sample XML data. Now, I'm going to be using Aptana Studio for this, and if you chose not to use Aptana Studio and you're using your own text editor, that's okay. You can either just sit back and watch and follow along, or if you want to try out XPath for yourself, there are some pretty good online XPath testers. So go over to the browser, and once you're in the browser, do a Google search on XPath tester. You should get a couple of results that you can use, and you can just choose the one you want to use. This one right here is a pretty good one. All you'll need to do is paste in the XML code that you want to use, and then type in the XPath expression up here, and you should be able to follow along. Okay, let me go back to Aptana. Okay, so assuming that you installed the Aptana developer tools that we talked about earlier in the course, let's begin by opening up the businesscard.xml file. And this is the business card file that we've been using throughout the course. Under the window menu, I'm going to choose Show View and then Other. And then I'm going to launch the XPath tool. Now, you might have more than one XPath tool installed. The one that you want is the one with the little yellow, red, and green colored balls in a circle right here. So choose that one, click OK, and that will bring up the XPath tester tool. Okay, so let's go ahead and start exercising some XPath expressions. So the first thing I'm going to do is just type a slash character, and I'm going to click execute, and you can see that a result came back. That's selecting the root element of the document, right? The / is the document root. So if I type a slash, I should get back just the business card and all the element inside of it, and you can see that that's what's happening. All right, so let's refine this a little bit further. I'm going to type business card, and I'll hit return. And you can see that there's a result that came back. The number of results was 1. And I got to click outside that little bubble to dismiss it. So you can see now that we've got the business card tag. Okay. So we can further refine this. I can say business card and then another slash and then type name. Now that will only select the name tag that's under the business card tag. So if I hit return, you can see there's the result. And it just got the name tag with my name in it. Now, what if I only wanted to select the text content of the name tag, not just, I don't want the name elements here. I just want the name inside of it. Well, what I would do then is I would type another /, and I would use the text function with open and close paren, and I'll hit return, and you can see, let me click, you can see that it's just selecting the text content of the name tag. Okay, so far so good. Now let's back up a little bit. Let's take off the name. Let's select more than one tag at the same time. So let me delete all these. Okay, let's type in phone. So now the path that I have is /businesscard/phone. And when I hit return, you can see that there are 3 results. And actually, let me format that. There we go. So you can see that there's 3 phone tags, right? And I can further refine that by putting on a predicate expression. I can, in brackets, I can put, say, the number 1, right? And that will only show me the first one, right? Or I can put 3 for the last one, right? Now, if I didn't know how many there were, and I just wanted to select the last phone tag, I could just simply type in the word last, followed by open and close paren, so the last function, and that will retrieve the last phone number. In this case, it's the fax one. Okay, so now suppose I wanted to select all the phone tags in the document, but I didn't care where they were. I didn't care if the phone tag appeared under business card or, if there were multiple places where the phone tag could appear. What I would then do is type 2 slashes. 2 slashes means search the entire document for the tag I'm about to tell you. And this is a little bit slower performance-wise because the entire document has to be searched, but it's also a nice compact syntax. So I'm going to type the word phone and hit return. And you can see, sure enough, that 3 phone tags come back, 1, 2, 3. And the reason they came back was because I told the XPath expression evaluator I don't care where they are in the document. Now, of course, I can continue to use other expressions, right? I can put a predicate on here and say, number 1. And so that'll only give me the first phone tag, regardless of where it appears in the document. I can do other things too. I can use, let's say I want to select the name tag wherever it appears. So I would say / and then name, right? And suppose I only wanted to select the name tag if it contained particular text. So in that case, I would make a predicate expression. So inside the brackets, I would type contains, and then that's a function. So open and close paren, and then back inside the parentheses, I would say I want to check to see if the text result, and that's also a function. So I got to open and close paren on that, and then comma, and then inside quotes, I'm going to use a single quote, and I'll type the word Joe, close quotes. So the expression I have is / name, and then bracket, and then contains, and then the function text, comma, Joe. So I'll hit return, and you can see that sure enough, the name tag contains the word Joe. If I replace that with, say, Tom, right, you can see that there's no results for that. All right, let's try a couple more things. Suppose I wanted to select any phone tag, but it has to have an attribute named type. Well, inside my predicate expression, I would type an open bracket and then @type and then close bracket. So that will get all phone tags that have type attributes. So I hit return, and you can see that there's 3 of them. Now in this case, all of them have type attributes. So if I took the type attribute off of this one and save, and then ran this expression again, well, now I only get 2 results. And finally, suppose I wanted to select a tag with an attribute that had a certain value. So let's suppose I had the type attribute, and I only wanted to select the phone whose type attribute was equal to the term work. Well, in that case, I would simply say / phone @type, and then I would have equals, and then again, in single quotes, I'm going to type the word work. And you can see when I hit return that that's the one that comes back. Okay, let's try something a little more advanced now. In the Chapter 6 folder, open up the items XML file. Now, this XML file is slightly different than the business card one. It simply has a items root tag, and then under items, there are a collection of item tags. And each item tag has to do with a product, either coffee or tea, and they've got various names, and there are photos that go along with them, right? Now, suppose I only wanted to select the photos for items in this document that had a type element equal to T. So let's go back over to the XPath expression. So in this case, what I would say is I want to select / items, and then another / item. And then inside the predicate expression, I'm going to check the type element. And I'm not going to use the attribute here because I want an element. I don't want an attribute here. The type is a tag here. So I'm going to say in the bracket expression, type equals, and then I'm going to put in single quotes, T, close bracket. And then remember what I want. Now, this is going to filter out all the items that are not T. So the coffee ones will be filtered out, but what I'm after is the photo tag. So I'm going to type one more / and then the word photo, because what I want to get at the end of all this is a collection of these photo tags. So in this case, I want this one, and I want this one here, and I want this one here. So let's see if that works. I'm going to hit return. And sure enough, you can see that 2 photo tags came back, and they are the photo tags associated with the T items. And of course, I could change this. I can make this coffee. Actually, I have to make it uppercase C. In that case, the ones for coffee came back. All right, so that should give you a good idea of the kinds of things that you can do with XPath. And we'll be revisiting XPath again when we get to the section on XSLT.